We are the Sibs, Dunkin Bambi and Juice the kid. Here to make you laugh and have a good time. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
But anyways, yeah, man, I'm like, dude,
that's crazy. Kids is funny, bro. Like,
they
why?
be doing
What
things.
What would make you think to do that shit?
There's
like,
a water hose. There's like, I wouldn't even been mad. Like, if, well, I probably would have talked to them about it, but like, if they was playing in the water in the backyard, like the water hose, I'd be like, damn, y'all messing with the water bill. But literally walking in the kitchen,
yeah,
opening the refrigerator and saying, I want to play with the water that we are supposed to be drinking.
Yeah.
What?
Kids is crazy, man. Kids
don't even make sense. Like,
kids is fucking crazy. Kids, man. That's why I'm like, do I really want to have a kid? Do I really want to? I mean, I got a step kid, so I mean, and that's a lot within itself already as that goes. But I'm like, do I want to have another one, or do I want to have one of my own? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's just, I think mainly with me, it's just like, why are you doing shit that you're not supposed to be doing?
Right. Facts.
Like, that's what pisses. It's like if they both do something that like they probably just didn't know about, because they still learning, then I'll be like, oh, hey, now next time not to do this. Right. But like that right there, like who
yeah, especially with him being older, like, come on now, bro. Like, I be telling Kai, like, use your brain. It don't hurt to use it, okay?
At least get a water bottle that you used already, fill it up with water, and then
instead of doing the brand new ones like that.
Bro, Nene, when I tell you a whole, where you put your when you open your refrigerator, and you put your condiments or whatever, like where you have like
at the bottom shelf
on the door,
the
whole bottom row was full of water.
Dang, homie straight up said, I'm about to take out money empty and throw it in the trash. That's basically what he said.
And it's bad enough that they both be wasting water. They be having water bottles all over the house. I'd be having to stay on. Man, that right there just got me like, because I just knew like, I'm finna get out the shower, finna start the podcast. I'm finna crack open a
cold drink.
Man,
homie said, you thought?
I said, man, let me go see, because you playing with me. Nigga.
He was not playing.
And then on top of that, they didn't even clean up their mess. So they left the water bottles in the backyard, scattered around the backyard. I'm like, what if I would have never found, like, I would have never found this out if I would have never asked for water?
Yeah. Like, he probably, and kids ain't going to tell you either. They just gonna leave it the way it is, and then when you ask them later,
right,
yeah.
I just don't like the fact that, like, with kids in general, like, whenever it's time to get their ass tapped, like,
they want to act all
like, then they want to act all like, wait, I didn't do nothing wrong. What did I do? Huh? I mean, bro, it took everything in me. And it's not even just because it's Brayden. Like, I probably would have did it if it was a mirror. Like, if she was the oldest one.
Yeah.
I literally was trying my hardest not to open a water bottle and pour it all over him. Like, I was mad. Like,
see, that would have been too far.
Hey, you know me.
Yeah, niggas be taking it to the extreme.
I was so I was like, damn, you got me late for this podcast. Like, I was
like, damn, where's Juice at? Like, dang, this nigga always talking about being punctual on this nigga on CCCP time.
Nah, yeah, I was just like, I love him to death, but like, boy, sometimes I just be like, son, like, what are you doing, my nigga? Like,
I'm telling you, I be telling Kai the same thing, and I'm like, Kai, you are 11 years old, bro. You do shit that is so just stuff that I would expect out of, somebody that's younger than him. like baby age almost. I'd be like, bro, that's when I'd be like, use your brain. Like, I know it worked. You smart as hell, but you do some of the dumbest shit sometimes.
Yeah, man, I don't even know. Like these kids, boy. I don't know if it's some these shows they be watching.
It's
and
something in the water.
man, and not to like pick on him, like just like examples of shit. Because Amira been on the gas too lately. Amira been nigga. She called me lame the other day.
Lame?
A 3-year-old. Yeah, she was like, can I talk to Mima? And like her grandma was on her way to get her.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, no, she's on her way, baby. She's about to be here.
Yeah.
Ah, you lame. I said, who the fuck you talking to? What the fuck? I was like, nah. I was like, man, I'm about to wait. I'm about to go in the other room because
that's really the other side talking.
I was like, nigga, we about to box. Like,
that's the other side talking, like, or the shit she be watching.
I was like, I was knocked out. I think, I had worked the night before, and of course, it was the weekend. She came in the room like, Daddy, I'm hungry. I said, okay, baby, give me a few minutes. I'm about to get up. She came back like, get up. I said,
hey, she came
what bill do you pay in this house?
She came back with the two.
Slides down and watch Coco Melon.
That's right. Hey, you better tell him.
Man, and then Brayden talking about some.
Yeah. These kids getting beside themselves though. Like, I'm joking, I'm laughing, like, and I'm joking.
I'm talking about like
in all seriousness, like
on
these
some T-Pain,
a little besides themselves.
Like they moving like this nigga Brayden said yesterday. On my lunch break, I was on the phone with mom, and I'm talking to mom. I'm like, nigga, something's missing. Mm-hmm. I'm like, where's my daughter? Where's Amira at? He was like, oh, she left. I said, nigga, with who? Brooke. I said, with who? Brooke. I said, nigga, why are you calling her that? That's your mom. Say my mom. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh man.
And then he said it again today. He talking about some, oh, Brooke said, I said, who? My mom said, I said, okay, yeah, well, you tripping? I'm like, come on, bro. What you got going on, my guy? Like, I don't know about you.
Kids, man, I'm telling you, if you let them, they'll walk all over us. And it's harder. I feel like it's harder nowadays to like almost chastise kids or, figure out what the best punishment is, because sometimes they'll be like, they'll say something like, if you touch me, I'm going to call CPS or 911 or whatever. They be trying to get besides themselves. Back in the day, our parents, they used to.
I don't give a fuck. Call them.
They used to get in our ass, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like nowadays it's a lot harder.
Niggas would have never attempted to pick up the phone and dial 911.
Yeah, nowadays it's a lot harder.
I remember I did one time, and I hung up, and I knew like, nigga, I'm about to die. Like, my mom finna whoop my ass all night.
Yes, sir.
Like, but yeah.
Why you over here playing on my phone?
They just be, I don't know what it is, but like, and then I feel like also like with the way new parenting is,
the like, gentle parenting. That's what I was just about to say.
My kids, which for some people it does work, even in the Black community.
Yeah.
But I don't whoop them. I don't whoop them every single time they do something wrong.
Yeah.
It's pretty much a build up. Like, whenever I whoop them, it's okay. I whooped you because you've been fucking up for 2 weeks now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel that. And some people even still, they don't whoop their kids, like just in general, period. But I feel like in certain situations, like that is the last resort, because it does vary based on kids. Like you said, like some of them, like I feel like me growing up, I didn't really need whoopings. Like you could take away my electronics or tell me I can't read a book and I'm gonna be sad. You know what I'm saying? You have to know your kid and like what are some things that will get them to act right. But some kids, you gotta, I mean, you gotta do whatever you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta whoop them. You gotta hit them with the belt or whatever it is. The age that we're in now is like the whole gentle parenting age, where they're like, just talk to the child, put them in the corner. That shit don't be working sometimes.
Yeah, it really just like.
And then especially with those kids that like throw tantrums in the store, like how do you get them to stop? I wanna know how the gentle parents get, if my kid is on the floor, not moving, not listening, flailing around, doing all of this shit, how do you stop that kid from doing all that? Because I know back in the day, mom would have yanked our ass up real quick. You know what I'm saying? Get your shit together. Got me looking embarrassed in front of all these white folks in the store. You acting like that. You can't do shit like that nowadays. You go to jail.
Yeah, it's well, I really be sitting there reevaluating myself as a parent sometimes. Like in a good way and a bad way. Like I'd be like, damn, like I should never whooped him.
Yeah.
But then I'd be like, but
fuck that shit.
At the same time. Yeah, but like I don't know, just sometimes I just be like, bro, like what is making them feel like they can do this versus that? You know what I mean? Like, bro, a mirror, like I don't know what it is about a mirror, but like I'll literally be like, go in your room, right? Let's say we're downstairs, right? But like go upstairs and go in your room. She'll go upstairs for like 2 minutes crying, and up right back downstairs, sitting right next to me on the couch, and I'm like, what do you do? I did not tell you to like. She is fearless. She be like, nigga, I do not give a fuck. Like
that's that Walker DNA.
Man, it's something.
That's I don't know, Walker DNA. You can't be mad because that's exactly how your ass was.
No, was it?
You come back like, all right, I'm done crying. Like you try to sneak your ass downstairs. That's definitely how you acted.
I was a child of God.
The lies. You know the devil was an angel too. Your ass over here lying your ass off, boy.
No, for real. I wasn't bad at all.
I think between you and possibly Faith, y'all the reason why mom got gray hairs. That's all I'm gonna say. I was a child of God.
I had straight A's.
Y'all was the seed of Chucky and the devil spawn.
I had straight A's, nigga. I was
maybe an alternate
valedictorian. Nigga, like I was really that nigga.
Bro, if you want to be just homies and you watching this shit, this nigga is capping. Put cap in the fucking comments, my nigga.
Listen.
You might have had some straight A's, but you had help.
Of course. But I had to sign my name.
You was it was like I had to sign my name. You was on some hey, do my homework for me type shit.
Yeah, I mean I can, but that I was like one of 6 black kids, so
they was gravitating.
Something like that. But nah, I would like I fucked up a lot in school. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I did fuck up a lot in school, but like my senior year, I got that shit. We actually spoke about it on when I had my homie Savion on here, Savion and Mason. Like senior year is when it hit. Nigga was taking hella extra classes and shit, but I got my diploma. Niggas can't. I fucked up in school, but I got it together and I got my diploma.
Yeah, so I still ain't got my diploma, and I ain't even fucked up about it. I still don't have it. I just keep going with life. Shit, fuck it.
You didn't graduate?
Technically, no. So let me explain though. Because it's a complicated situation. Okay. See, what happened was when I moved from Cali to Oklahoma, they didn't accept some of my grades because in Cali, like when we was in Keeler, I was learning environmental science and algebra and all that shit, which was like technically high school classes. So when I went to Orange Glen and all that, they accepted it because we were still in California. But when I transferred, they were like, we're not going to take that. So I had to take certain classes over again. And they had what's called like credit recovery, which you do the shit online. I did the shit online. I completed it. But in their system, quote unquote, they didn't see the classes that I had took. So yeah. Which I'm like, damn, like I got I took a whole paper printout to these bitches. Like, look, I completed the class. It's at the end. It said I've completed it, everything. And I think it was like 3 or 4 classes that they wanted me to take again my senior year. And these bitches waited until I got to my senior year to tell me. They didn't tell me when I transferred my junior year, oh, hey, you got to take these classes over again. They waited until I fucking got to my senior year to tell me that I had to take these classes. So it was 4 classes that I ended up having to take in the beginning of the year. And they was like, these classes, we can't find them in our system. Like, you have to retake them.
See, mine was different. Like, I knew, like, I think towards the ending of my junior year, actually the start of my senior year, you know, I had talks with counselors and stuff like that. And you know, they was telling me like, hey, you need X amount of credits. If you take this class and this class, you'll be good.
Yeah.
And you know, as long as you pass all your other classes this year. Nigga, passed all my other classes that year. I finished with like a 2.3, something like that.
Yeah.
It was something crazy like that. Like I had the first semester of my senior year, I had a 3.0 because I was playing football. So, you know what I'm saying? I had to I was making sure everything was turned in. Nigga.
Had to maintain
if I could take a retest, let me, I had a 3.0.
Whatever you want me to do, I'll do it, head ass.
Nigga, no, for real. I was like, I was paying it. I was in the front row. I was like, can I have a seat in the front?
My son BJ can answer that.
Right. I was like, hey, I'm right here. But and then like I mean, there was a few, you know, in some of my classes I did start to slip a little bit. Because like I had classes with a lot of my friends, Savion being one of them. I think I had I had 2 classes with Savion. We took floral design together, and then we took ag bio, and we had the same teacher. So we literally on some days, because you know, in California we do I think 3 period classes in one day. But it's like we spend like 2 hours in that one class.
Yeah.
And then like go to
like an A and B block. I hated that shit.
Yeah. So then there was days where we had the same teacher back to back. So we would, bro, we had that class crunk for real. Like we sat in a little back of the class.
Y'all niggas was acting a plum fool.
Nigga, what? I'm talking about. We were in there. That's when Chief Keef was popping. We was in there like, I'm cooler with my youngest. we had the nigga. They was like, all right, we got to separate y'all. Shout out to my girl, to Jada. She was in there too. She was a
I
freshman
remember her.
For real?
Yeah, I think used to talk about her like when we lived in Normandy.
Yeah, that's my nigga
that's
right
the
there.
Homie. And I think I only remember her because her and Alexia got cool or some shit. I don't know. Or like they were
to Jada?
Yeah, I could have sworn so. Her and Alexia.
I don't think so. That
like
probably was a different girl.
No, she like a light-skinned shorty. She had like black hair.
You probably thinking about Najee.
Oh, maybe that's who it is then.
Najee, yeah, she's still, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
She cool with Brooke and all that. Like she be tapping in.
I think that might have been who I was talking about then. My bad.
Yeah, Najee. Probably Najee, because me and Najee been locked in since middle school. Shout out Najee. But yeah, nigga, like in high school, the boy was wild.
I didn't think I would. What's funny to me is I didn't think I was like popular or really known in high school. I felt like I was kind of like in my own bubble But I did this thing on Facebook and it was saying like, you know, on a scale of 1 to 5, how popular did you feel like you was in high school? And I put like a 2. But the people in the comments was like, no, nigga, you was like a 5. And I was like, what?
They gave you 3 points.
I was like, no way. There's no way that y'all think I was the cool kid. And they was like, no, like hella people was like, no, nigga, we definitely thought you was the cool kid in school. And I was like, I was shocked. I was like, damn, I was just doing me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really wasn't talking to hella bitches or nothing like that. Like, I was in the band.
Like girls?
Yeah, nigga, what? I've always liked girls. The questionable thing was the dudes, the niggas. I've liked girls since I was in like elementary school. Yeah, like elementary, middle school. Okay,
for sure.
But I was just chilling. Like I was like, I thought I was a band geek because that's all I did was in the band. I was in band and I did theater and tech design. So I was working the lights. Well,
you talking about when you moved to Oklahoma? Those people were saying like you was like a solid like 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I believe it because when I came out here, like you was, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Don't even.
I feel like that's me. Like literally, like in high school, I wasn't. In my opinion, like I was cool. Like I would say I was cool. Like, oh, do you know Bernard? Yeah, I know Bernard. He cool, but not like, oh, we need this nigga Bernard up on like
yeah.
Now there was one time though, because you know I went to 2 high schools. I went to Escondido and then I went to Poway. I went to Escondido second semester, freshman year and sophomore year, and then I went to Poway junior, senior year.
Yeah.
So freshman, sophomore at Escondido, like I was whack as fuck. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like we had a cool little group of, you know, the black
That's
kids.
how I was when I went to Orange Glen.
Yeah, like the black kids that hung out, like we all had a little area and whatever the case may be. And then Poway, I started hanging out with like some football players because you know I was new or whatever. And then I started hanging out with my homeboy Savion and like our whole little group or whatever. And then Gus, Gustavo, that's my nigga right there for sure too. Like we all started hanging out and shit. Like I would bounce back and forth because I was playing football, of course. So, you know, I would hang out with some football players this day, like if we had a pep rally or some shit. And then I would like go over there, kick it with the homies. Like I was going through a lot back then, relationship shit like that, like in high school. But I think my junior, senior year, right?
Hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. I got somebody at my front door. Hold on.
Who is it? Don't forget the blicky. Nah, so there was this one situation, right?
Yeah.
I think it was my senior year. I think it was ending of my junior year, right? When we went into, you know, start practicing and stuff like that for the senior year of football. I had went to a party in Escondido.
Yeah.
It was random as hell, but like everybody was like, "Oh, come to the party, whatever." I got invited. This is when I felt like I was cool, right? Because you know I was always the bigger kid. I was whatever fat. So I ended up leaving, like I said, my sophomore year, and then I did my junior year there, and then so this was like when the summer hit, and went to a party. Man, I walked up in there, right? Because it was like the way the house was set up, it was of course a gate, and then the lawn, and then the front door. So everybody's walking in the gate or whatever. I'm pulling up. Nigga, the homie was like, "Oh shit, Bernard, what's up?" Bro, it was like everybody came and like swarmed kind of and was like, "Bro, what's happening on my give my nigga something to drink." And then like the 2 dudes that I had, one of them played football with me and the other one was like a random friend. It was like,
Yeah,
bro,
this nigga got
who are you?
pulled.
Nigga, I was like, hey, I'm just chilling. That was that was when I lost my Jimmy. But yeah, you know.
Yeah. Hey, I feel you on that one because like I didn't know or realize that kind of effect as well until we went to a band party. Like I had always like just like not fucked with it, and then one day I pulled up and I walked in there. It was like, "Oh, Nene, what up? What you want?" And I was like, "What's up?" And then the next, like I had graduated, all that shit, been to college, and I came back for like a homecoming. And
Yeah.
I don't think that year I played, but I came just to, see what was up. Teachers was like, "Oh my God, we miss you." Fucking counselors and like, and just people that I didn't even really consider myself cool with, but like was like, "What's up?" Like, chopping it up with me. And I'm like, damn, I thought you didn't even like me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like hella people was like, "You was cool in high school." It's like, hey.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't even. I would rather them know me now versus when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, because I mean, we definitely changed. It's a different breed now.
Yeah. 'Cause I feel like there's more to talk about now. More like similarities. You know what I mean between people. I mean, high school is definitely. What's Khalifa say? High school is the best of times, it's the worst of times. Like that's when your emotions is all over the place. You in
Yeah.
and out of
You trying to figure out
relationships.
yourself, who you are, still kind of, coming into your own. It's a lot that happens, there's a lot that goes on. There's some people that I wouldn't really give a fuck about talking to now, even then when I was in high school. And I don't really like. They asked me if I would, if they did the reunion, if I was gonna go. I'm not going to that shit.
I mean, I would do the 10-year reunion. I feel like I
Yeah,
don't have
no.
no beef with nobody or nothing
I
like
ain't.
that
It's not
from my
even
high
really
school.
about. It's not even really about beef. Like I just don't care to catch up. Like all the people that I fuck with, I've been talking to this whole time. So like, there's really no reason for me to go to a reunion.
I mean, I feel like um, for the experience of it, like that's when I would go because I still kind of have contact with my group of people that I fuck with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it might not be like on a daily basis, but we definitely do have contact.
Yeah.
There's probably some people I would see to be like, you know what I'm saying, but nah, you
See,
know,
that's just me though. Like I said, I mean, I feel like the people that I do contact, like even if it's not on a daily basis, we have enough contact for me. And they would be the only people that I would fuck with anyway if I go to the reunion. So there's no point to me.
yeah,
Like that to me, it would be a waste of time when we can just all hang out and do our own thing
yeah.
rather than going to the reunion.
I mean, you got flame broiler, huh?
I did.
Yeah, I can tell by the sauce. Why you put the camera up, nigga?
I did. I sure did. That's my new little spot now. Shit, I like that.
Yeah, that shit is fire.
You went.
I try to overload on the vegetables and shit.
You went, man. That shit is bomb, bro.
No, I just DoorDash, but yeah, Brooke put me on it a while ago, like last year.
Mm. I just started. I just found them, and I'm sad because now I gotta leave, and they don't have
I
one in
hope you
Texas.
getting brown rice.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, they
And
got
then
shit. They got shit like when I had went to Texas when I visited
they got shit similar
mama.
to it.
Yeah, but you just got to be careful of like what
What you put in it? Yeah, I
because it
got the
really would
brown
be like
rice.
a substitute. I mean brown rice and like still get the veggies, but just you got to pick the right meat.
Yeah, I always get the chicken.
Oh yeah. Nah, I would probably go. If I was single, and I went, I'll probably hit a few
Try to
teachers.
try to.
No, I'm
Wow.
playing.
I thought you was gonna say
I'm
try to
playing.
holler at the ladies or something, but you trying to hit the teachers.
Nah, that's beyond me. That's above me now.
Mm-mm.
I'm a cougar chaser.
You a whole married man, first of all.
I'm playing. I'm not married yet.
Basically,
Yeah, I mean, common law marriage, yeah, but like I said, hypothetically speaking, if I was single and the
Mm-hmm.
10-year reunion came around, that's probably what
That's
would
your goal.
happen. Yeah,
We don't have no
I wouldn't say
we don't have
goal.
no
That's not my goal. I would just say that's probably what would happen.
we don't have no good looking teachers at Central like that to be trying to do all of that.
I didn't say that was good looking
Oh,
either. No, I'm playing. I'm playing.
log out, Juice. I'm dead. This man got issues, y'all. Nah, if you
I'm
was to
just
get
trying to
if
get a
you
better grade.
so, but if you was to get a hall pass, you still wouldn't even do it. You would think it would be a setup or what?
Honestly, I wouldn't even take a hall pass.
Really?
Nah, like
You
that's
that faithful that you wouldn't take a hall pass?
um. I would probably use my hall pass to do other things, like flirt, if anything.
But flirt leads to other things, though.
Right. I just wouldn't.
You wouldn't go that far.
Yeah. Like I pretty much would use my hall pass to see if I still got the sauce, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Dead. You know what's funny? The other day I was messing around with Sherry and I was trying to act like, we were trying to role play like I didn't know her. And I was like, trying to flirt and shit. Nigga, I didn't lost all the juice. I think if I was to be single, I wouldn't know what the fuck to do. Because we didn't been locked in, yoked in for like 7 years now, as far as like relationship standpoint. So I don't even be like looking at people in that type of manner,
I mean, I don't know.
But see, I never really flirted in the past either. I think that's my problem too. It's like I would always just be myself and like just laugh or make people laugh. So I don't necessarily feel like I was flirting. People would take it as flirting, but I would just be. That's just me. Like,
nah, yeah.
So I wouldn't be like.
I feel like you've seen me in action before.
Hey, little mama, like I was never on that type of tip.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you've seen me in action before. Flirting. I don't know. I just.
To some people, it comes natural though, but
yeah,
like they don't really have to like do much, or it's like a natural thing for them to turn it off and turn it on. Me, to be honest, like I have a hard time picking up on certain social cues. So like if somebody was flirting with me, I probably still wouldn't even be able to tell because I don't know what it looks like. Almost. I just be like, oh, they just trying to make me laugh. You know what I'm saying? But they probably really flirting. I'm one of those people, you got to be straight up with me. Like, if you're trying to smash, just say I'm trying to smash. Like, you don't got to beat around the bush.
I mean, some people,
people
are probably feeling the way that you feel, like not knowing how to flirt or,
mm-hmm.
But you pick up on those. You pick up on those signs easy. Like,
you think so?
Yeah. I think, bro, I don't know. I think it's different for guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that if a girl wants to have sexual relations with you, like she's pretty much gonna say it without saying it. And some girls will flat out say, like, I want to fuck you.
Yeah, that's me.
And like some girls, you know what I'm saying, they don't want to seem like a hoe, so they beat around the bush. But when you get them behind the closed doors, you feel me? You like, shit, what's happening with you? Like, what you trying to do? You know what I'm saying? Stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's like. Hey,
it's crunch time.
Yeah, it's crunch time. Fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? What you trying to, I think really nowadays I feel like females are more bold, like what's happening, what you trying to do. But back then it was more so like you had to wiggle your way through and be like,
I was even back then, like when it came, I don't know, maybe it's because it was dudes, but I was more like ruthless with the shit. Maybe it's because I really didn't really like them as far as like getting to know them, physical connection type of shit. Like if I was trying to smash, I just be like, bro, what's up? Either we gonna do it or we not.
Yeah.
I
mean,
it wasn't really no finesse to the shit.
I feel like for a guy back then, it had to be that way though. It had to be some finesse with it because like I said, females, no, I'm a lady. I don't want to bust it wide open. So you have to kind of wiggle your way through, you know what I'm saying? Put that sauce on it, put that little voice, like, you know what I'm saying? What you trying to do? Like, I ain't gonna tell nobody.
I don't even be caring about none of that. Like, just talk
That's back in the
regular.
day. I
I
mean, like
know,
I
but
said,
I know. I'm saying like even back in the day and now, like none of that was appeasing to me. Like
well, actually, I feel like now that I think about it,
I don't need all of
I
that.
don't think I've ever had to really
But I'm a
like.
different breed though too.
I really feel like I never really had to go like deep into character like that. You know what I'm
Mm-mm.
saying? And I'm not even trying to sound like,
So they
you
was
know,
easy.
I'm saying that that was easy. Um,
No,
I would say it was more so like within conversation. Like I was never the type of I, let me not say let me not say one night stand. Um,
so you was the one
I
busting it
wouldn't
open.
no, like I wouldn't try to hit them that day.
Mm-hmm.
Like it pretty much like was like a chase type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I would drop a little something here and there, a little conversation, and then once you kind of like fishing, you throw it out there, and then once they bite, and it's like, oh, we got one. So it was kind of like that, like where we would kind of have that, and most of the people that I had relations with, I was like lightweight in a relationship with.
Yeah.
Um, there was a few little bodies in there that we was just what it was like. Why I'm here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, it was relationships.
See, yeah, I don't be giving a fuck about none of that shit. Like, and then people be saying like I be playing hard to get, and the thing is with me, like I'm not really a hypersexual type of person. I'm not a person that really like needs it all the time either. So like even with me being in a relationship, like one thing that concerns me is if my partner is more sexual than I am, because I can go months or like a long time without it. And so they be like, you playing hard to get. And I just be like, no, I just don't want it. Like, I don't want your dick. I don't want none of that. Like, I also don't need it. Like, I'm not playing hard to get. I really just don't want you.
Yeah.
That's just,
I mean,
it is what it is.
Yeah. I feel like we need like an app, or like something on Facebook that says like, I'm hypersexual.
Man.
So that way people be like, all right, I'm not talking to this person. But I mean, I feel
that would
like
help me out in the long run.
I think everybody feels at some point in time that they are hypersexual. Like when they get with somebody, like, man, I'm about to fuck this person every fucking day. And then it gets to the point to where you're just like, I don't know.
Take a week off.
But
I mean, I think in the beginning we may have, or I may have been that way. But even still, like even in my past relationships too, like I just get to the point where it's not like it's not good, because that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is I get to the point to where it's just like, okay, I don't need it as often as I used to. I think that's also why I was celibate for a while, like before I had been with Alexia. And then after I was celibate for a while, because like it wasn't being thrown. I could have had it. I just chose not to. But then I also was like, I don't really need it.
I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think you could do celibacy though.
Me?
Yeah, I don't think you could do celibacy.
No. I mean it really depends on what it was for.
Yeah.
Right? Like if it was just some random ass like, oh, let's practice celibacy. No. It wouldn't. No.
So what if
be celibate for 2 months and win $1 million? Nigga.
In there.
I'm sleeping on the couch.
What
Like,
if
I'm
what if
not
you
even-
what if when you met Brooke, she said, we can't do nothing, we gotta be celibate till we got married? Is that
Huh?
is if you met Brooke and she said we can't have sex, we have to both be celibate until we decide to get married, would you have continued the relationship, or you'd have been like, look, this ain't gonna work?
Um,
You can be
that's
honest.
tough.
You can be
That's
honest.
tough. Sex is not like the most important thing, but it does play a huge part in
Mhm.
the relationship. So, like, define celibacy. What do you mean by that? Tell me, define.
Celibacy, bro. Look it up on Google.
No, I'm saying though,
Like abstain from sex, no sex at all, period. So you can't
does
be
that
going out
mean
here talking to
oral
nobody
sex?
else. Yeah, none of that. Y'all can't engage in no sexual activity.
Not even a hand job?
I mean, if you want to do it to yourself, yeah, but she not doing it to you.
um,
And then y'all, I mean, y'all.
We'll come back to that because I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, it's not.
But see, to
it's
me,
not like,
I think it depends on the person too. Because like you said, well, you said for you, sex is a big thing, or it's a factor in your relationship. To me, it's not necessarily something like that. So like, if Sherry or anybody was to say like, hey, like I want to be celibate until we get married, that's fine. It wouldn't be a problem for me. But that's also because I think me personally, like I said, like I don't really necessarily need it.
I've actually had a friendship like that before, where it was like a friendship / like, oh, I like you, like, let's see where things go type of deal. And in between like the gaps of that friendship, we never really ever was official. It was just like, hey, I like you, let's see where shit goes. And I was like, okay, cool. And it was like that, that was like, I'm not doing this until marriage. I was like, what? That's crazy. Like, I'm out here, like, I don't know. And then, I had my little situations, what I'm saying, here and there type shit that kept me, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I got my little nut off, whatever. And then, but like, I don't know. I couldn't have seen myself like.
Yeah. And I mean, it's nothing wrong with it. Like if you want to not partake in celibacy, that's fine. Like there's people out there that obviously want to still have sex before, or in their relationship.
I mean, because
so
what if
it
you
comes down to you just finding,
are celibate, right? The whole relationship, and then boom, you guys get married,
and it's trash.
And it's trash as fuck. Like no matter how many times y'all do it, it's just trash.
It's training. It comes down to you telling your partner, this is what I want, this is what I like. Let's try to do this. Let's explore. Let's take some classes. Like that's how I would look at it. Like you guys would just have to learn, take time to learn what each other likes.
Before I drive the car, before I buy the car, I'm gonna test drive it. Like,
hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Like I said, it ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? It would just come down to, that person finding that same person that's on their same level,
Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like, okay, this is what I feel like, right? And I know this might not be celibacy, whatever, but like, what if there was someone that was like, hey, like, I want to be celibate till marriage, but then that was like, we can fuck like once or twice a year, just to, you know what I'm saying? Then I would be like, okay, cool, like, because I would go crazy. I would go crazy, like. It would be like this fucking Super Bowl, like, nigga.
I'm dead. That's definitely not celibacy. I mean, that's like celibacy with conditions.
Yeah, like, let me know what I'm getting myself into. Like, what is the wait for? What is the wait for? Like,
I
you know
mean,
what I'm saying? Let me see
it's
the
to
light at
build
the end
that
of the tunnel before I
connection.
get to the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, I
Which,
mean,
like I said, I understand the connection is cool,
mhm.
but like there's that, you know, that sexual tension that's built up between you two because of that connection, and then like just nothing. Like I'm sitting here with a fucking pants full of fucking nut,
Oh my God.
and you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like,
Yes.
nah, bro. Cause like, okay, because like, look, just for example, right? Within that situation that I had, right,
Uh-huh.
there will be certain times where like it was kind of like I was being teased.
Mhm.
I'm like,
So you want to be celibate, but you want to tease me.
right? I'm like, nigga, like, and it wasn't necessarily like I'm celibate. It was more so like
We not
in
doing
my
this.
in my past, like
Mm.
I've got played before and all this shit. So, and they were like already like, you know, hadn't had, you know, any sex or anything like that before. But
So
see,
they
and this
wanted it on their own terms, kind of situation.
right, but see, and this is the only other thing that bothered me a little bit about the situation. Like there was nothing at all. Like, and I'm not even talking about sex, right? I'm talking about no like, "Hey, all right, bye, see you later, like holding hands, nothing. And I'm like, it's
Oh,
it's giving.
but I mean, with those situations, that's more so like no celibacy, no intimacy. And most of the time, when people say they want to be celibate or they want to wait until marriage, there is still intimacy. Now, there's a difference between intimacy that leads to sex and just intimacy to build your relationship or your chemistry, because
Right,
you can do things and then that be intimacy, like kissing, that's intimate. Holding hands, that's really intimate. Doing things like couples yoga, where you guys are together, y'all holding each other, y'all having those conversations, and just being close within each other's space, that's intimacy. But you have to have some type of self-restraint if you're going to do that, um
right.
to not
Which
get it to that next level. But
right,
that
like
situation, I can understand why you're like, what's the point of waiting if we're not even building that.
right, and that's why I was saying, like that's why I was saying, like with Brooke, when you asked me that question, like me knowing Brooke now, and even back then, I don't even think that would have even been like. I understand it was like a hypothetical question, like, but I don't even think that would have ever been like a question. Like, nah, I wouldn't even.
So
Yeah.
you saying you would have waited, or it would have been a no?
I feel like I would have waited. Um, possibly
I think also it just
because
depends on the person too. Like, for some people, if thinking back on my past and how the people was, if they would have asked me about being celibate, I would have been like, no, bitch, fuck you. Like, I'm not doing that for you.
but I feel like if like you said, the intimacy, like I think I could have waited because the intimacy between Brooke and I, like it was there, you know, kissing, cuddling, shit like that. Um, like I said, the other situation, nigga, it was just like we on way opposite sides of the couch. Like
Mm.
I'm like, bro, like I'm not finna, you know what I'm saying? And then, but it was to me, it was, and I hope this person doesn't watch this, and I hope nobody that knows watches this, but I'm, telling my side. But anyways, it was pretty much like, um, I'm giving you all the traits and benefits of a relationship, a girlfriend or
Mm-hmm.
boyfriend,
Mm-hmm. And not.
without the intimacy part of it,
Mm-hmm.
sex. It's just I'm out here just act like, and I had to reevaluate, and I was like,
Yeah. Is it
mm,
really worth it?
yeah, I was like, nah, I don't know, like I'm young right now, and I mean, it taught me a lot because I feel like maybe the bond that we started to build, it was cool as fuck because like I literally like that was the first time I never fucked a that was the first time I never you know what I mean, went all the way with the girl and like still was like
They cool.
whenever FaceTime or text, it's like, oh shit, what's up? Like how you like excited? You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And that's what people look for sometimes. That's kind of the goal that they're trying to get with celibacy, is to be able to have that connection and then slowly build everything else together. But
Yeah,
like I
but
said,
the
with that
teasing,
situation, I can see why. Yeah, the
like
teasing
I'm
and the
talking about,
no intimacy.
I'm talking about like nigga, like um, eating a lollipop type deal, like literally eating a lollipop, and doing, and I'm like, bro, really, like, come
Yeah,
on now.
that's
Or like taunting me, like, um, I forgot what it was. We was talking about something, and then she hinted towards like size, and I was like, all right. She was like, yeah, right. What, and I'm like, man, look, stop playing with me. I'll break your ass down right here, right now, like a fucking swisher. Get the fuck on somewhere.
dead.
Just
Said a
little stuff like
swisher.
that. And I just be
Yeah.
like,
But I can't. But
ah,
yeah, it seems like it was like a test, and then it's like they wanted to do it on their own terms or kind of see how you would react and kind of go from there. But I can definitely understand, how that would be frustrating, or like you said, trying to figure out like what's the point,
yeah.
of
I
doing all
mean,
that.
and like I said, if it was there, like as far as like I'm very easy to please, and I'm not saying like I'm an easy person. Like you're not about to just hop jump in my DMs and it's just finna go down like that. No, but like I mean, like you know what I mean, to keep me interested. Like there's certain things that you can do, and I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. It wasn't none of that, but like the person was cool as fuck. Like you know what I mean. It's just we had our little
Yeah.
differences and fallouts, whatever, and that's just what it was. But
Water. It's refreshing. Do you think
let's be nice.
you know how they say like sorry, it is nice and cold though.
Fuck yeah.
You know how they say that they're saying like people raised from love and people raised on survival, like they can't really be like they're not gonna be good matches or whatever, like two different people. You think that's true or
Love and survival.
yeah.
What do you mean, like love as far as like family oriented
Uh-huh.
and all that shit, and then survival like
Raised from the streets, like the gutter type shit. Do you think they would make like you think they would be compatible making relationships? Do you think they'd be able to, withstand the test of times as far as that shit goes?
uh definitely, because it's both worlds coming together.
Mm-hmm.
So this person is teaching this person how to have that and how to love, and you know what I'm saying, and then this person is teaching them like how to survive and stretching a dollar, and you know what I'm saying, and all that shit.
Yeah.
I feel like it's possible. I would say the percentage rate would be low, but
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely possible.
I think I'm yeah, I feel like it would just depend on like the couple, but I do agree with you because they say like a lot of times opposites attract and stuff like that. So I think it would just be like really a learning opportunity, but it is also up to each side to be able to kind of understand where both are coming from and then make it work. Like, cause like if the street nigga or person is willing to change,
I'd kind of look good right there. Hold on.
if the street person is willing to change and incorporate that love lifestyle, that background, then it'd be a different thing. But if they're still on that, I'm about to be in the streets, I got the streets mentality type of situation, because that's how they
Yeah.
raised and not willing to adapt or change, then that would be the situation where they're like, I don't, it's probably not gonna
Yeah,
work.
I feel like that's normal. And
Just
really
in
a lot of,
general.
unless the female or whoever it is, mainly probably a female, that's just stupid and oh no, I love this, and
Yeah, the nigga out here doing the most.
yeah, then like you know, then that's when it's kind of. I think that's when it turns into being toxic. But You know, I feel like I feel like maybe growing up I had a little bit of both.
I was just about to say, do you feel like you was raised on love or kind of more so the streets
Um, I would say streets to a
or
certain extent.
survival? Yeah.
I'm very street smart.
Yeah.
Um, but that's what I mean to a certain extent as far as streets. I'm street smart. Like I was laced up, you know what I mean? But I don't think I haven't ever had to be out on the streets and
And
like,
live that lifestyle.
yeah. So like
Yeah.
it wasn't ever like, it was just, I'm street smart. Like I know certain situations is just not to be in type shit.
Right.
Um, and then like, so I pretty much would say like 5% is like street, and then 95% is love.
um, I would definitely agree with you on that because, growing up with the parents that we had, like they definitely gave us the keys to a lot of things as far as like the streets and shit like that, because that's kind of the realm that they were in or around. So definitely street smart for sure. Like you're not about to play or punk me. Um, but definitely grew up on love and having those. You look ugly as fuck right now, dude. Having those family
uh,
dinners and get-togethers and barbecues and being able to do stuff, like when we had our stuff at the park and picnics and shit like that, like going out to eat or going to the drive-ins, like Legoland. We always did stuff together as a family and felt loved. um
yeah.
you know
I mean,
until that split. That's how I felt about it.
yeah, it's definitely like, I don't know. I think that a lot of people, I feel like, have a stunt in growth when it comes to um growing and maturing as a person. They hold
Mm-hmm.
on to um a lot of the shit from their childhood. And I'm not speaking about you. Okay. I just want to clear that up because I know we had our conversations.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying, like, certain shit, that doesn't allow them to grow past that.
Yeah.
And then they kind of bring it into their relationship, and it's like,
Mm.
no, need to fix that.
Yeah. No, yeah, and we definitely, I think I was talking about that in my video that I'm gonna post later, like my why do I want to move type of video. But we definitely had that conversation of, getting past it and moving on and not letting it stunt your growth.
This lighting got me looking fucking amazing, dude.
I'm just now being able to kind of get to that point to where I can say, you know, that I'm able to do so.
Right.
Sometimes it takes people a little bit of time to get to that point. Like it's grown ass niggas that still haven't got over shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
at least like I'm getting to that point now, to be able to say like the things that happened in my past, yes, they hurt me and they have molded me to be the person that I am up to this point. But from here on out, I'm, vowing to change that and kind of grow and learn from those experiences and things that happened in the past.
Yeah. I mean, and I definitely understand where you're coming from when you say like there's grown, like, because there's stuff that I wouldn't necessarily say from my childhood as far as like my parents or like anything that happened. I would say like with relationships,
Mm-hmm.
being a elementary and middle school, high school, like there's shit that like I think back on and I'm like, I can't let that happen again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Um, but as far like, I don't know, there's just a lot of shit. I guess I just really just be like, I don't give a fuck. Like it is
Mm-hmm.
what it is. So
Yeah,
that's why I get over all
I
that shit quick.
I am at that point now, but like growing up before, like I didn't have that mentality, like to just be like, oh, it is what it is. Like with certain situations, to me, it was opposite. So like for me, like I had that kind of mindset when it came to relationships. I was just like, hey, you cheated, okay, it is what it is, bye, bitch. Like you know, oh, you don't like the way that I do this. Okay, it is what it is. But now it's like I feel like I have more compassion when it comes to relationship stuff, but the I feel the opposite way now on other things.
Yeah, I feel like with relationships, it's like just be honest with me, really. Like, if you're honest with me, I'm honest with you. Like, we might can work something out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's it.
But
That I feel like I don't know. Maybe some people sometimes they don't say nothing because they out of fear of like hurting the person that they're with, like their partner. Because I mean, I definitely sometimes in certain situations I am that way. So like I won't say nothing because like I don't want to start an argument or I don't want to have to deal with the attitude or if they're going to be sad and you know certain conversations and situations that we talk about. So like
yeah,
I won't say nothing in that moment. Like I might say it later on or I just might not bring it up at all.
I mean, I definitely there's definitely some stuff that I haven't ever said, because of that, but then kind of got the strength to be like, I
Mhm.
think within conversation though, it was kind of
Yeah.
like, for example, when I don't know if I spoke on that before, but we had a conversation and kind of telling each other like, hey, this is what I feel like you can change, type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was asked to me like, well, since we're talking about it, what do I need to change? And I was like, since you asked, I feel like this and this and that.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, cool. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I think those are like appropriate times to bring up certain things, you know, like don't have a whole laundry list of shit, but you know, definitely bring them up within the perfect time or timing. Who's in my front door? Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm the type of person to where like I'll hold a lot of shit in. Like I won't say nothing. Um, because like sometimes also I just don't feel like it's necessary. So if I feel like it's gonna waste my time or and I'm not talking about like in relationships just in general, but if I feel like it's a waste of my time or energy, then I'm not gonna say nothing. Because what's the
yeah,
point of me like wasting my breath if I feel like the person is not necessarily gonna listen or it's just gonna be like a combative type of situation, like arguing back and forth, like there's not going to be any type of resolution.
yeah. I mean,
So those are situations where I just be like, all right, fuck it, like I'm not saying nothing.
yeah, it's just it's relationships it's a cold game, man, for real. Like, I and I don't know how people get into multiple relationships back to back
Whew. I need
because
time to breathe. Like if oh my god, I'm glad you brought that up. I think most of the time when that stuff happens, they already are talking to somebody. Or they may have had people like try to hit them up while they're in the relationship. So then they're like, oh, I just got out of this relationship. I know so and so hit me up. So I'm about to bounce to that nigga's nuts. Like it's got to be something somewhere where they're already either in their ear right after the fact or they've been in that person's ear.
yeah.
So then they start a relationship right after. But
I feel
me,
like me back then, I was just fucking no intentions of a relationship, and then next thing you know, oh hey, we're together. Oh, okay, cool, whatever. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't necessarily say like I'm a relationship to relationship type of guy. It was pretty much like, oh, we kicking it, we chopping it up. I think Brooke and I actually, I want to say, after a year of like, then we was like, all right, bet, like let's make this official.
yeah, I would definitely need some type of time
I think it was a year. I
or
don't know.
space like after a breakup. I always give myself my own personal time. Like anywhere between at least 6 months to a year, because I feel like for one, you never know if you might go back to that person. Like sometimes people just need space and then they realize like, hey, like this was a good relationship. Like, can we try it again? Or, figure out like, maybe maybe we are good for each other and stuff like that. So I look at it as a time really to reflect on your relationship, but also yourself, and figure out what it is that you really want. If you really do want that relationship with that person, or if you really are done and you just want to move on or be by yourself, and that's perfectly fine.
So, hypothetically speaking,
Mhm.
would you, let's say you were in a relationship, right? And you wanted it to be over, like, would you continue to like put on the front for everybody else, or would you really just be like, I'm single?
No, well, I mean, it depends. So, like, are you saying like put on the front to make it seem like you're still in a relationship, or are you saying like to continue and be with that person as if you're happy for
Both,
everybody else?
both.
No. So, I mean, if I'm not happy, or if I, feel like I want to change the relationship, like one, I'm gonna tell that person like I'm not happy. But I wouldn't still be in a relationship uh if I didn't want to be with that person.
Okay, I just
So
wanted to get your point of view on that.
if I'm in a relationship, I want to be with that person. If I'm not happy, that person knows.
Okay, fair
And
enough.
then, it comes down to making that decision.
Yeah, no, I get you. I mean, um, I've been in those situations before.
But I'm not gonna put up a front or be in a relationship with that person because, like our family likes us together, or because I want to be in a relationship where I'm scared to be alone or nothing like that. No.
Why you leaving me when you said that? Like, I'm not scared to be alone.
Nah, I was giving the camera eye contact because I'm doing something over here too.
No, for sure. I mean,
Um,
yeah, I mean,
but I
I
mean,
would say
now,
like that's definitely important because you don't want to like end up resenting that person either. Like because y'all stayed together and put on the front for so long,
mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah. Now sometimes I'm not gonna lie. Like in the past, when I was broken up of a relationship, I still kept up my stuff like in a relationship or whatever because I didn't want nobody to try to approach me. So like I may put on that type of front where like if they wouldn't ask me, but like I would still have like my Facebook status say like in a relationship, or
Mhm.
like I would make it seem like I was still in a relationship because I didn't want, at that time I was still trying to work on me, so I didn't want nobody to come up to me and try to talk to me in that type of manner. So like I'd be like, yeah, you know, just trying to work on things,
Mm.
but I didn't want them to try to hop in my DMs.
I mean, I feel like that's gonna happen regardless at this point in life.
Yeah,
You
niggas.
know,
People, I keep saying niggas, but just people in general, they don't really care.
yeah, females be
They be just as bad. They be just as bad. Like
they be just as bad and then like blame the nigga like
it be. I be.
your nigga was in
I'm not
my
even gonna.
guts. Your nigga was in my guts, girl. Because you invited him. Like, and you knew he,
You knew it was to get down. Yeah, yeah, man. That should be crazy to me. And that's. Ooh, I'm glad you brought that up too, Juice. You know, it blows me how like when females niggas cheat, they get mad at the other female. Now I get it. Yes, you knew the nigga was in a relationship, but why are you trying to fight this bitch and not the nigga?
right. Like
Like
that's what I
you
feel
need to
like.
let them go because they obviously don't have enough respect for you to stop cheating.
I feel like that's another part that goes back to me being laced up as far as street smart. Like I'm not ever gonna approach a nigga over a female. Like that's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm
Yeah.
going to let her know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
You know, if she ends up telling the other party like he said this and this and that, then that's on
That's
her.
on her. Yeah.
But I'm letting you know, hey, this is how I feel about this. Correct that shit.
Yeah. Or I'm
You
done.
know what I'm saying? I think even in that aspect, like, you know, if it was one of the homies trying to get at your girl or something, like, if she did her job and was like, nigga, what the fuck? Get the fuck on. Then I would be like, hey, bro, like, are you
Yeah.
serious, my nigga?
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, if it was like they was flirting back and forth, then I would tell her, like, are you serious? Like, this is the homie. And then I would check her, and then I
Mm-hmm.
would not fuck with him no more. You know what I'm saying? And I would probably not fuck with her,
Yeah.
depending on how far I went, type
How
shit.
far I went. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just talking about like now that yes, I can understand like, checking both of them, especially if it's the homie and he trying to push up on your bitch. Like, no. But yeah, I just feel like it's so dumb of women to try to fight the lady when it's really your man that you should be correcting and like
Right.
having that conversation with. And like I said, I mean, I get it. I understand, like, if the lady knew that he was in a relationship, but at the end of the day, like, it's not really her. She don't owe you no loyalty, baby. Your nigga
Right.
owe you loyalty, or you know what I'm saying,
Exactly.
vice versa, or like your lady owe you loyalty. Niggas like, but
I feel like then that's when it comes down to morals and, like you said, respect.
mhm,
Like if the girl knew that the dude was in a relationship and she's like, I don't give a fuck, like I'm still trying to fuck,
mhm,
then she has no morals, etc.
yeah,
Um, you know what I mean? Then hey, you know, I mean there's definitely some good hoes and there's definitely some bad hoes.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just
Now I
there's the good hoes that don't say nothing and they suck a dick and keep it pushing, and then there's the bad hoes that want to be
talk and all
the
that other
main chick.
shit.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That's how I feel about that.
dang.
You know what I'm saying. That's when
Why the
whenever
old YG used to be putting niggas on game?
man that nigga said you be fucking when we break up. I ain't tripping. That pussy been
Being
mine.
mine, you hear me?
Hey, have your fun. You know where home is.
I'm dead. I don't see you ever being that guy.
Me?
Yeah, like now, like knowing you now, I don't think you would be that guy.
It
Like,
for sure has happened before. For sure, for sure. Like
really?
I'm not. I mean, we wasn't together,
Mm-hmm.
but like that person was open and honest and was like, "Yes, I've
I
had
fucked this
sexual
person while
relations."
we was on a break or whatever.
Yeah, and then of course I did what I did, and they were aware of it. But still, at the end of the day, you
I
see,
think it would depend on the
like
person in the relationship for me. Like, I don't know. It would depend.
yeah.
Like
I
if there's
mean,
no
if
if there's
they
no really like in our relationship, if there was really no ties or you know, what am I trying to say? Like if there wasn't really no substance to our relationship, then I just be like, I don't want you no more. Like you can do whatever you want to do. But if there was some type of like good chemistry and all this stuff, I'd probably be like, yeah, nigga, like, okay, you came back, you know what's up, you know where home is. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Um, so I think it would just depend on that one, on who it is, what they did, type shit.
I like I said, I don't condone cheating. You have to understand the situation that you're getting yourself into. So for
Mm,
the time, like, and this is what I explained to somebody before. This exact situation. Whenever you're flirting with somebody who's in a relationship, they're gonna say, or whenever somebody is flirting with you because when you're in a relationship, they are going to say all the right things.
right,
They
because they're
don't have
trying
to
to get
deal
you.
with yeah, they don't have to deal with you on a daily basis. So like, whenever it's like, oh, my nigga don't do this, he don't tell me I'm beautiful, He don't kiss me on the forehead in the morning and shit. And then this person, oh, I can do all that for you, ooh, whatever.
Mhm.
And then when you get them, you don't.
It's not. Yep.
I'm dealing with this person 24/7, 7 days a week. So of course I might slip up. I might not say certain things. We might not tell each other I love you every day.
Yeah.
Because I'm literally waking up to this person every day. We're paying bills together. We're doing life together. So it's easy on the outside looking in, like, oh, I want you.
Yeah.
Oh,
That nigga
yeah,
don't
like
tell you
you were
what.
good.
You beautiful.
But then
Yeah.
as soon as you get them and you have to deal with all that shit, some people, okay, they can handle it cool. But then it's like, there's gonna be that one person that's like,
I don't know if I really wanted this now.
yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you really gotta maneuver some shit around, and that's what I be trying to tell people, like, everything that glitters ain't gold. You know what I'm saying? So
it could be shit.
this person can be selling you a dream, but you know, as soon as you wake up, you be like, this is not.
And that's when those people try to come back, because
right.
I didn't have that shit happen to me. Like, they was like, oh, it's not you, it's me. And then they went on and try to, be with that person. And then turned out that person wasn't even really like doing the things that I was doing, like on the level that I was, you know what I'm saying? So then they try to come back to me and I'm like, no, bitch, I don't want you. I don't want you now. You should have been knew where you what you had at home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. I hope it doesn't happen, but if it did ever happen, I mean, I will hope the best, and as long as they know, like, that door is closed once you, because I'm I'm saying I got too much, you know what I mean? And I know people probably gonna be listening to this like, oh shit, why he talking about Brooke like that? Me and Brooke have had these conversations before.
Yeah,
like,
facts.
we both have sat down and talked and like
got that understanding
pretty
with
much
each other.
was like, we pretty much was like, nigga, if we ever broke up, like, I wouldn't want to be with nobody else. So like, we still gonna be fucking.
Those are good. Like, to me, those are good conversations to have. Like, I love having weird ass conversations like that, or like, conversations, because you never really know, what may happen. But at the same time, when I be having conversations, like, we talk about, like, if we was to break up, like, what was happening, I be telling Sherry, like, nigga, if we broke up, I'm gonna be a hoe.
Yeah.
I
don't think I would ever be able to say that to Brooke.
Hey,
because I feel like in a way she know, like, I wouldn't say I would be a hoe, but she knows that, like, I wouldn't just be out here like not getting no pussy.
Right.
Like,
That's what I mean. Like, I'm not saying like I'm gonna be just smashing everything and everybody that walks on earth, but I'm just saying, like, I'm being
yeah.
Because
I mean, it might be her. It might, like, I might not. We might not be together, but I might slide through once or twice a night and be like, "What's happening with you?"
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But like, I just personally, me being a male,
yeah,
I just wouldn't. Monday through Sunday, no. I couldn't go Monday through Sunday without none. Like, it's gonna be,
See,
Wednesday, Thursday.
I say that I'm gonna be a hoe, but I probably fuck around and be by myself, like, because of the fact that
be fucking.
Because of what I'm saying is, like, not doing none of that, because I don't even be doing it in my own relationship. So I'm saying, like, I probably wouldn't be fucking on nobody, but we have those conversations, like, what will we do? We still gonna be smashing,
Why are you whispering, nigga?
What
Just
do we
say
see?
we still gonna be fucking.
Where do we see ourselves, in the future? What do we think the future gonna look like? When do we think we're gonna have flying cars? Like, I mean, just random stupid shit, like
flying cars,
just all types of shit. Like, we have deep intellectual conversations.
Yeah, I mean, those are definitely good conversations to have. But I feel like maybe in relationships people do like that because they don't have those open and honest conversations and like no
Yep.
judge zone. Like,
Mm-hmm.
tell me how you feel. I'm gonna tell you how I feel, and I feel like you need to
Don't
fix
hold it
this.
against
I
me
fix.
type.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like
Yeah, I
I
mean, we've even had conversations like, if we wouldn't have gotten together, where do we think we would be? Or
oh that's
if
I
like
probably
if
have
we would
like
have
6
started our
baby mamas right
relationships
now.
off, if we
I'm
would have
not even
relationship
lying.
if we would have started our relationship off on a different foot, like just different like random shit that I feel like certain, like you said, certain people that they don't have conversations, but we are comfortable. I think it also helps because we were really and truly friends first. So that's how we started our relationship off, was just talking and like really being on the phone and just shooting the shit. So it's natural for us to continue those type of conversations and have that realm with each other. You think that's how Will and Jada's relationship is? Because that nigga, he didn't just smack Chris Rock for nothing. They had to have some type of something going on.
As far as the Will and Jada situation, right? It's definitely like both like yes and no for me. Um, I would say yes because
Yes.
I don't know it's push and pull basically what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
because on one hand you have somebody who's married and they've been together for a while. They had their little break where that they're gonna go their separate ways. Um, and then in between that, the whole, what did they call it? What is it called? What did she call it?
Entanglement.
Entanglement. Yeah. Um, happened or whatever the case may be. Um, and then your daughter is writing a letter to somebody who has now passed away. Rest in peace, Tupac, that she's never met before. Like that's a lot to take in. Like you cheated,
Process, yeah.
it's a, so it probably was the straw. Um,
For Will.
yeah, it probably was the last straw for Will. And he probably was like, nah, bruh. But at the same time, the reason why I say push and pull is because you see in the video he's laughing, and then Jada kind of was like,
Nah,
really,
nigga.
nigga. And then
Yeah.
so it's very like because if you had that energy from the gate, like if he said the joke and then the nigga like went up there like, what's happening,
Yeah,
nigga?
and not laughed.
Yeah, like he laughed, and then Jada like made a look at him like giving him the green light, and then he was like, oh, okay, yeah, bet that's not funny.
So I think it also depends on who Will is as a person though, because like sometimes I laugh in uncomfortable situations. So I get the whole like laughing to play it off, but if you see that it's something that's like affected your significant other, then you feel like, okay, like I have to be serious about this shit. So I mean, I really can't say, nobody really knows. So it may have been one of those situations where, he was just kind of laughing to play it off until he seen that it really like affected her.
Yeah.
Or he just genuinely thought the joke was funny. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I think I think also like Will is put in a certain predicament at this point. So he doesn't really know what to do. Um, I think that's the situation. I think they're trying to fight for their marriage or make it seem like, hey, everything is peachy keen because they've been together so long.
Mhm.
So it's one of those situations where like maybe he don't really want to be there, or they don't really want to be with each other. But they're just still putting on the front, like that question you asked me earlier. Like still trying to make it seem like they really a family, a unit type of situation, but they really not.
I mean, I feel like when you get to that certain pedigree, though, when the name holds weight, like um
Yep.
Angelina Jolie and
Yep.
Brad Pitt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I feel like that is like a household type of thing now at this point. So of course the Oscars, Jada Pickett, you know, Jada Pickett Smith, Will Smith, like is, you know what I mean?
I definitely agree with you on that, and I think that's why they're trying to like keep up with the act and the performance as if they are like a true couple. And maybe the whole entanglement was like a free trial of them trying to see like how the world will react and their agents and all that other stuff. If they was to go ahead and split, I think it was a tester.
Yeah. I mean, it loses it in some ways. It does lose value because there's certain maybe jobs or things that are brought up because of, oh, you're Will Smith's wife.
Yeah.
And then vice versa, like, oh, you're with Jada Pickett. Like, yeah, I feel like and then, oh, we're about to split up. And then like, yeah, I think we're gonna look elsewhere for this.
Yeah.
Which at the end of the day is kind of sad. I mean, that may not be the case. I may just be talking out of my ass, but
yeah, that's what's I mean, nobody really knows, but
nobody really knows what behind closed doors was going on. And I think that Will actually apologize to him.
Fake.
But I don't know. Who knows? I don't.
Like I said, I think like he may be at his last straw. Like if this is a real relationship, like he may be at his last straw, or he's trying to do everything he can to keep Jada. So that may be the situation. And so he felt like he had to do that.
Think he got some ass that night?
He probably did. She was like, you smacked that nigga for me.
He was smacking the back of her head.
Stop.
Nah, I'm playing. Let me stop for this nigga pull up on me.
You hear me? FBI gonna give him our address. But I think it's either one of those situations. Either he's trying to do everything he can to keep her, or they're trying to keep up with the appearances, and so he still either way has no choice but to defend her or act like everything is peachy keen with a situation. But that's how I feel about that shit. And that's on that. Period. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely
she definitely do need to play the new G.I. Jane though. Black version. But I will say that Chris Rock probably shouldn't have made the joke. And a lot of people are like, oh, it's just a joke, yada yada yada. But I'm like, you don't joke about people's medical conditions. That's like somebody joking about somebody having cancer. Like, you don't do that shit. Like, oh, I see your chest is flat and they fucking have cancer. Like, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that somebody's going through medically that they can't change about themselves. So it's not like she wanted to cut her hair. You know what I'm saying? But it's something that she did because of the fact that she has that medical condition. So I feel like he wasn't sensitive enough in that aspect. But, I don't know. It's kind of a fine line because it goes back to like now comedians can't say what they want to say. Like the whole Dave Chappelle thing, how like, he be fighting constantly with the LGBTQ community because of the jokes and stuff that he makes or his stories that he tells, it's just like everything is so sensitive nowadays. Like there's no expressing ourselves without crossing a line or boundaries with certain people or groups.
Yeah.
Everybody want to cancel everybody for speaking how they feel or, their opinion or things of that nature. But I will say, like I said, medical conditions, that should be off tops. Like, no, we're not talking about that shit.
How do you feel about that whole Black China situation?
See, when it comes to baby mamas and child support, this is my thing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a baby mother, nor do I ever get child support, none of that. So I mean, this is just my own opinion. I feel like whoever keeps the child more, or if you have split custody type of situations, that's where the money should be going. So if you split custody, half and half, or no child support at all, like you pay for what your child does over there and I pay for what my child does over here, Or if I have the child more than you, nigga, you need to be coughing up some bread. But if you don't keep your child at all, there should be no reason that I'm paying you child support for nothing. So I feel like he was right in what he said, because, you know, if he has the child more than her, why does he have to pay child support? Now, alimony, that may be a different situation. Like if they split up and all that stuff, like, you know, divorce and all that stuff, that's a different situation. But child support, and he has his baby Monday through Saturday, she only has him one day. No, that's dumb as fuck to me. There would be no reason or no way that I would be paying child support.
And it's both ways too. Like both of your kids' father like are taking care of them 100%.
No,
like you don't even have to fucking buy like a fucking.
She would be getting if a judge or anybody signed off on that. I don't feel like that's right, because she shouldn't be getting any financial support from him when it comes to the child, because
I don't think they would.
There's no reason that she should have child support if she does not have her child.
They both have the kid full time. They said Monday through Saturday. She gets them one day out of the week.
No.
So what child support do you need for that to happen?
Exactly. Especially if, like, say for instance, if she has a job or she's a socialite, whatever money that she gets, she's not putting it on her child. So those 4 days, those 4 times out of the month, you should have enough money on your own to be able to take care of that child, since the rest of your money is not going towards that child.
So let me ask you this then. Let's say it wasn't like that. Let's say it was she had them 4 days out of the week, and then the dad had them 3 days out of the week. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like there should be some type of compensation within that day or so difference?
It depends. So that's one of those situations where I feel like y'all either need to come to an agreement and say, okay, I keep him these 4, I keep him these 3, we pay for it separately, or whoever has him more can get more of the child support, or split it, or whatever the case may be. I don't know how that shit works, but you know, if you guys are doing it equally, then it can either be no child support at all or lowered child support.
Yeah.
Now, also, it depends on if the mother is working and has the funds to take care of that child financially. If the mother is not working and the dad is working, you know, that's one of those situations where, like, yeah, maybe you can pay some child support, because I'm taking. I have the child, so I need
why
help
isn't the mother working though?
I don't know. I'm just saying, if she got laid off on a job, trying to find another job, she doesn't have a job, she's not working. Those type of situations, or that's when you can maybe go to the court and say, hey, she's not working, can we switch custody, or you know, however that shit works. But in those situations, like in my experience, I noticed that that's when they say, okay, well, you know, we'll up the child support, or you got to pay child support because that mother is not able to provide at that time. But I think if it's split, if it's split, it should either be lower child support or no child support. Yeah. But if the mother or father, because it can be both ways, are the sole, you know, guardian or whatever of that child, then there should be no reason why the other person is getting child support, period.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you know, I actually had that conversation with Kiwan about like child support and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like they need to do more extensive like checks on that. Mm-hmm. And not just say like, oh, well, hey.
I think also just in general, not even just with child support, I think the way that like society looks at the man and those type of aspects needs to be rechecked and looked at too, because a lot of times they say, oh, well, we don't want to take the mother out of the child's life. But sometimes the mother needs to be taken out of that child's life. Like sometimes the dad is more stable. The dad provides more of a loving aspect and a nurturing aspect than the woman. And then the court will give the woman the child. And then later on, like say for God forbid anything was to happen, but like I've seen stories where the mother neglects the child. And it's like the dad is like, damn, I was here trying to fucking take the baby. And the court took her from me. And now look.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think I just think those things need to be relooked at. A lot of times they
That's
don't
what
take
I'm
into
saying,
consideration
like,
dad rights and all those things like that. Like, it's as if like the man doesn't matter and they only look at the woman.
Yeah, I feel like it needs to be like I said, a more extensive check. Like they go to get food stamps or they go to get assistance and they're like, oh, where's the dad at? Oh, he's not around. And then they're like, oh, really? Okay, put his phone number down, whatever.
And then they
and
get put
then
on child support.
call them and be like, so what's up? Your baby mama said you're not around.
Mm-hmm.
What? I've been trying to. Where's she at? I've been trying to see my daughter or my son for this long now, and
right.
Then it's like, okay, so you don't need assistance.
Mm-hmm.
The father is definitely willing and able. He has a
Mm-hmm.
job. We talked to him, so we're denying you this.
Instead of trying to put them on child support or give them benefits. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think a lot of times the system is rigged because all they really care about is getting money. So like when men are on child support, like a lot of times the state is collecting a fee off of the women. So they're getting paid. The women have to pay like I think it's like, I don't know if it's every month, but I know it's at least once a year where the state says, okay, we need you to give some of that money back to us. You know what I'm saying? For being like the middleman or the facilitator in the aspect. So the government, they don't care about checking. They don't care about none of that. They're just trying to get your money. And then they tax you too on top of the child support that you're getting. So you get taxed and you have to pay a certain amount like every year. So as long as they get in some type of benefits off of you, they don't give a fuck about checking none of that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to ask you one question. So whenever you like making plans or you do things for yourself, do you ever feel like selfish in a way or feel like damn, I should have, thought about my family first or something like that? Like say for instance, like if you really, really, really need some clothes, but you've already like you keep putting it off because you keep doing stuff for your family. And then when you finally do get yourself some clothes or whatever it is that you do for yourself, like, do you feel selfish in those moments?
No. 9 times out of 10 for me though, I've already talked to, that person about it, whether it was Brooke or mom or whoever, like, oh, I gotta handle this first or go buy this. And it, could be for me or it could mainly the things that I buy as an investment.
Like your like for your gaming and stuff like that or the podcast.
Yeah. I might buy a few, pair of jeans and stuff here and there or shoes, but that's rare. So a lot of the stuff that I buy is like you said, like for the podcast or gaming or anything like that. Which I would have already been putting off, like you said, like and it was finally purchase it.
I don't know. Sometimes I be feeling like selfish when I do that shit. Like, and a lot of times, like even before in the past and now, I don't really like treat myself. Like I don't take most of that I treat myself is like when I get myself DoorDash or something like that. Like just being honest, like I don't really I have a hard time just buying or doing stuff for myself. So I be feeling selfish, like damn, I should have not did that. That's why I was asking that question. Or like I'll take the shit back sometimes. Like I just be like, damn, like okay. Or return it
No, I don't ever do that. I'll be like, fuck it, you gotta deal with it. Like, I've been putting this off. And then vice versa. Like, I don't ever necessarily limit her.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, just if we're talking about relationships, like I don't ever limit her on what she can and can't do, or like she's grown. But like it is certain situations where like, if the rent is about to come up to be due,
Oh yeah.
versus a pair of shoes, I'm gonna be like, nigga, you fucking tripping. But like if the bills is paid and shit and she just wanna go shopping,
Mm-hmm.
I just be like, that's on you. Like, God, hey.
Yeah. Nah, like with me, like the bills will be paid and stuff, but like instead of me buying something for myself, like I might buy something that the household could use as a whole, or like I'll buy, I'll give money to Sherry or Kai or something like that instead of doing something that I like have on my list or want to do. Or I might say like, hey, let's go out to eat. Let's go to the movies. Let's go do something like that instead of like getting myself some new clothes because I'm like, oh well, I still have clothes. They still fit,
Right.
stuff like that. Or, like right now, like my mic and stuff work, but I want to get a different setup. Like kind of how like you got your little extension thing. I want to get something like that, but I'd be like, I got this. This shit work for now. Like the mic ain't busted. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah, I mean
situations
that's
like
definitely a
that.
very good attitude to have. Um, but then I also understand, like, as far as appearance and things of that nature, with having a podcast, wanting to change it up. Because I'm
Mm-hmm.
on the same boat. Like I want to change up my shit too. So there is gonna be, some things where I do have to set some money to the side or whatever to go
To
towards that.
upgrade. Yeah.
So and that definitely already has been a conversation. So whenever it is time to do that, I wouldn't feel bad about it. I mean, the only time I feel bad, like I said, is if, you know, it came time to do something very important and I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do.
Yeah.
But if we're just literally like everything's taken care of and we're chilling, I wouldn't feel bad because this was already a conversation.
I get it. I get it. I get it.
This one actually was kind of like off script a lot, and I kind of liked it because it was
Excuse me. Sorry, y'all. A little
really
allergies.
getting those conversations going.
Yeah, I feel it. I think sometimes, like, yeah, sometimes you can definitely, go off script or whatever you want to call it. Sometimes, some people need, like a structure, or at least a game plan of like what can be discussed and stuff like that, and then you can kind of go off from there. But, I mean, it's up to.
Definitely, we definitely have some cool, exciting guests lined up. I did have to reach out to you about that as well.
I got
But
some people that
I've
want to do
been
the no script too.
for real.
Actually, I did want to talk to you about that. I got somebody possibly lined up for this Saturday. So I figured since you did yours last Saturday, and then we did the Sibs this Saturday, next Saturday I can get my shit recorded and posted for the channel. But
I
yeah, I
mean,
mean, we definitely do have some good guests and conversations coming up on, either the Sibs or our new segment, the No Scripts, where we each individually have different people come on and just have those genuine conversations with, whoever it is, friends, family, parent, uncle, brothers, whoever it is.
mhm. Yes, sir. We definitely want to, grow more. So
For
different
sure.
ideas, of course, brought to the forefront.
For sure.
Um, so definitely we appreciate everybody that's viewing so far and that has consistently been viewing, and
Our loyal
you know what I
fans,
mean. Um,
subscribers. Yes.
yeah, for sure, definitely. We definitely love y'all and definitely appreciate y'all.
That background that
Even
you
if you're
seen
just
behind me,
listening.
my bad, Juice. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna tell them the background that y'all seen behind me at some point, the series in the black and white. That's something that we're trying to incorporate and bring to y'all, possibly get on some t-shirts and everything for y'all since y'all was asking about apparel. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Cause I wouldn't say it's necessarily like a new logo, but it'll be our apparel logo. It may be our new logo, but that's definitely what we're going with as of right now. So let me put it back up so y'all can see it real quick. Go ahead, Juice. What was he saying?
Oh no, I was just saying, like, even if you're just listening versus watching on
Right.
Sprouts,
Right.
definitely do appreciate you. It definitely goes a long way. You know, it's really not necessarily about like money and like things like that. You know, we just want to grow to kind of us to have that platform to, you know, be able to bring other people in and get them heard and things like that. Um, you know, you may see some other podcasts coming up soon that some of you may have suggested or not maybe directly suggested, or, you know, kind of feel like when certain topics are talked about, you're like, oh, well, why doesn't this person? So, you know, you may see some of that coming up soon. You never know. Just definitely stay tuned, you know,
Facts.
and continue watching and supporting. And yeah, continue
They watching
watching
and
and
eating.
supporting.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely appreciate it. And like you said, you know, it's not about the money or anything like that. We just having a good time. That's all it is, you know. Want to be able to bring something new to the town. Somebody had actually brought that up. They had said like they appreciate us doing a podcast because it brings a new aspect to Tulsa that like some people aren't doing. You know, I mean, I see people do like interviews and doing like music lives where they play in people's videos and playing their music and stuff like that, but I don't think I've seen anybody do like a podcast, like a legit podcast. So they were basically saying like, you know, that's why they watch and consistently have been a supporter, because it's something new. And then also the fact that we're all siblings, we all grew up, you know, similar backgrounds, but we all have vastly different opinions on different things too. So they was like, yeah, keep it up. So we appreciate you. Make sure y'all share it. If y'all is loving it, make sure y'all share it, tell your friends, talk about it. If you listen on a podcast or on the audio platforms, you know what I'm saying? Share that motherfucker. Send it to your friends. Have them join and have them listen and stuff like that, or comment on our Apple Music or Apple Podcasts, the Google Podcasts, all that shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Just get our name out there. You know, if you genuinely like it or you listening to it. But it's been real, it's been true. You know what it is. My name is Duncan.
My name is Juice.
We're about to get the fuck up out of here. Peace
out.
We are the Sibs, Dunkin, Bambi, and Juice the kid. Here to make you laugh and have a good time. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.